Hi everyone, Kim Backenstoes here, Soul Moxie. Wanted to take a minute to record a video to answer the question I get asked a lot, well, who am I? Who are you? This is really a loaded question with multi-stages of answers. So bear with me as I go through answering that question as to who I am. First and foremost, I am a child of God, called for such a time as this, with a specific mission. I'm a healer. I'm an empath. I'm a prophet. I'm a seer. I'm an energy disruptor. I'm a coach and a guide. I rely on God, the angels, my spirit guides, and the universe to guide me, course correct me, give me confirmations, and most importantly, to give me the strength, courage, and confidence to step into and hold my power to fulfill my purpose. A purpose that is to help other souls heal and find their path to enlightenment and awakening, allowing them to step into their power. Through coaching and guiding and educating, I help others get real with themselves, to stop the lies they are telling themselves and others. I hold space for them while they take off the mask that they have been wearing for years or even decades. I help them to see that we are in a spiritual battle for their minds, their DNA, for their very soul. I educate them on the many deceptions they will encounter along their path to fulfillment, what those deceptions may look like, sound like, feel like, and how it is your very own thoughts that may be working against you. I teach you how to recognize the devil on your shoulder and shut him down. How to see that your most vital strengths come from those challenging and painful events in your life. And I teach you how to put all of the puzzle pieces together to form your path to your purpose and fulfillment. To understand how I reached this point, let me tell you about the zigzag path that God led me down. My life took me down paths with twists and turns and zigs and zags and dead ends and endless streets, random paths really, or what I thought were random paths. At the end of the journey so far, it left a path that was scattered with licenses and certifications and designations that created the perfect puzzle pieces that I needed for my mission. As my purpose was revealed to me, I now see that those not so random pieces all snap together perfectly to create a beautiful tapestry of exactly what I needed to fulfill my purpose, my calling. I am a licensed esthetician. I am a licensed healthcare and wellness coach, trained and certified through the American Academy of Anti-Aging Medicine. I am a board-designated master coach and trainer of neuro-linguistic programming. I am a board-designated master coach in timeline therapy. I am a board-designated master coach and trainer in hypnotherapy. I have been in the broken traditional healthcare industry since 2001, and I've been in the integrative healthcare industry since 2011. But this just tells you some of the formal education paths that God led me down, that gave me the training and the insight to prepare me for the mission that I have in this lifetime. I often get asked, what is an empath? Being an empath is different from being somebody that has empathy. The definition of an empath is an individual who is extremely perceptive of the feelings and emotions of the people around them, which typically come through intuitive abilities. Being an empath is different for everyone. You can be a physical empath, or an emotional empath, or an intuitive empath. You can be all three. You can be any combination of them, really. I sense and feel the emotions of others. I sense and feel the energies, vibrations, and frequencies of others. And while I used to be only able to sense and feel those when the person was in my presence, in 2020, this shifted for me. And now I sense and feel the energies, vibrations, and frequencies of the planet. I'm highly sensitive to the moon phases and the energies that go along with them, among other things. I oftentimes just know what a person is going to say before they say it. I will often find myself thinking something a second before the person I'm with says it out loud. Sometimes I say it before they do, or at the exact same time, only to realize that I was picking up on what they were thinking. Yes, I will be honest. At first, it was a gift that I hated. Being so deeply in tune with others' emotions can be a heavy weight to carry. I would get overwhelmed in places with a lot of people. Imagine being at a party and feeling the emotions of every person at that party all at the same time. Now, what if many of those people had not so good energies? I would literally have to leave that space, as it would simply overwhelm me. You see, empaths don't have the same filters when it comes to negative energy. We need to learn how to filter and shield ourselves to it. One of the other challenging facets of being an empath is that random people will approach you and tell you their life story. I couldn't tell you how many times I have been approached in restaurants, in the grocery store, anywhere really, by random strangers who would proceed to tell me their life story or what currently is troubling them. It drives my husband crazy. He will ask, "Who was that?" And I'll say, "I have no idea. I've never met them before." He just shakes his head. Another challenge of being an empath is that tragic or violent events in a movie or on TV will make me physically ill. I cannot watch horror movies or any movie or show that someone is being tortured. Even though this event may be a fictional event, I can feel it through my entire body to the point of becoming sick to my stomach. There are upsides, of course. As an empath, I have an innate love for animals, babies, and children. They sense your gift as well and are drawn to you. There's a reason I have 5 dogs. Being an empath can be a gift or a curse unless you learn to control the input that you allow. I have learned to shield and protect myself, along with many other tools to manage the incoming information. And in other areas, I'm still learning to manage it. As my gift evolves and grows, the tools that I need to manage the incoming information must continue to evolve and grow as well. So, what is a prophet and a seer? I get messages or downloads from God. It is a gift that I was told decades ago that I had, the gift of prophecy. And about 5 years, a person I had just met told me I was a seer, and God wanted to know when I was going to start allowing my gift to be used. You see, I had shut down my gift of prophecy about 20 years before and really would not allow myself to tap into it at all. So, what is the difference between a prophet and a seer? I didn't know either until I researched it, which is what I did when I was told by the person I just met that I was a seer. The Bible tells us that they are the same but different. And I know that clears it right up. Most people don't fully understand what even the gift of prophecy really means. Most people believe that if you are a prophet of God, that you will get messages and visions regarding future events, that things will come to pass at a future date. And while this is the case with some prophets, it's not the case with all prophets. It's not the case with me. The Bible defines a prophet or seer as one inspired by God through the Holy Spirit to deliver a message. A prophet is God's messenger or mouthpiece whom God speaks through, yet gets his message to people. A seer is a prophet who sees visions. So a prophet may or may not be a seer, but a seer is always a prophet. It's a matter of how you receive the messages from God. When a prophet speaks and gives a message, it is the Holy Spirit speaking from their connection to God, not the prophet. It's not the thoughts or words of the prophet, but of God. I can only speak from my own experience that the visions, words, and thoughts given to me from God have been nothing less than miraculous and awe-inspiring. The messages that I receive at this point seem to be centered around helping others to see themselves through God's eyes and recognizing the path to your own purpose and fulfillment. I'm open to deliver whatever word God gives me, no matter what direction that takes. I'm asked a lot, how do you get your messages? There really is no set way or time that I receive a message. It can be the result of a song or something that someone said to me, or me asking God for a message for the day. It could be from an oracle card that I pulled. It could be while I'm in the shower or driving. There's not a specific thing I do or a specific place that messages happen. They just happen. I don't always get visions. Sometimes I do. I don't always hear audible voices. Sometimes I do. There are times I've heard an audible voice telling me to listen or pay attention. Sometimes I get visions of things in the past that have happened, and that messages of what we're to learn or take away from that event, or to equate it to what's happening in modern day. Most of the time, my messages and my downloads is a thought process that comes to me. And then I'll start typing because I can type much faster than I can write. If I'm not somewhere I can type, I will record it in my voice app on my phone. I truly won't fully grasp the concept of what I'm typing or dictating until I read it or listen to it after the fact. When I read it or listen to the message, when it's complete, it really hits me just how profound the message given to me was. Every single time, it just cements that's a message from God. I'm also asked, do I get individual messages for a specific person? I have received what I thought was a person-specific message, but God is amazing. And the message that I believe to be for one person is not only a message that he wants me to deliver to that person, but also to deliver to the masses. Many times a person-specific message is the one that I find myself repeatedly directed to deliver to numerous people. And then I'm instructed to also deliver to the masses. God will get his messages to the person that needs to hear it through divine timing and intervention. The messages are timeless, really. So whenever you find the messages, that's when you were meant to hear them. That's divine timing through God. Divine messages are like his written. Sorry, my 5 dogs are busy barking. Divine messages are like his written word in the Bible. They are living and breathing. You will get the meaning from them that was meant for you at that particular time. It's just like you can read a Bible verse numerous times and each time take away a new interpretation and meaning to it. It's a living, breathing thing. Next, people want to know, do you always get the messages in their entirety at one time? I usually do, yes. But there have been a few instances that I have gotten a second part to it the next day to add to it. But for the most part, I receive them all at once. So I hope this has helped you understand the gift of prophecy and a seer. I also hope that I've answered all of the questions you may have about this gift, along with some insight on how the messages I receive happen. I plan on recording all of the messages and putting them out on Facebook and Rumble. The next question I'd like to address is, what is a spiritual energy disruptor? A spiritual energy disruptor is someone who is called to shake up the norm, to disrupt a pattern or a system that is causing a disturbance or a problem. It is someone who calls bullshit on the bullshit. One of the most well-known and controversial energy disruptors I know is Donald Trump. Love him or hate him, he is doing the job he was called to do, and he excels at it, actually. Spiritual energy disruptor, we call out untruths, the lies, the deception. We're often bullied and ridiculed, called outspoken, told we have no filter, all because we say it like it really is. We don't allow the wool to be pulled over our eyes, and we won't willingly stand by and watch the wool be pulled over the eyes of others either. As I stated before, or earlier in the video, I'm also an empath. But this is really where the conundrum and God's sense of humor comes in. Being an energy disruptor largely goes against the programming as an empath. Being an empath means that at your core, you want to ease the pain and discomfort of others. Being an energy disruptor means that you are pulling people out of their comfort zone, their bubble, to speak against what they may believe. Accepting that you are willing to challenge others to the point that they may resent you, dislike you, even have hatred towards you. And it makes for an interesting triangle of events, especially when you sense and feel their emotions and energies. And those emotions and energies in the negative form may be aimed directly towards you. So this has been one of the most difficult things that I've had to overcome, the polarity of the empath and the energy disruptor. It's taught me the vital importance of my energy disruptor coming from the heart space. Tough love can be hard to deliver, but staying in and approaching it from a heart space can ease and soothe the landing of the words spoken, so that the person receiving the message can hear it. And that's my number one goal for the energy disruptor, that it must always, always, always come from a place of love. And that's how I approach everything I do. So I hope this has given you some insight on who I am, where I'm coming from, some of the gifts that I have. And any other questions, post down in the comments, and I will address them on future videos. So with all of that, I want to wish you much love, light, and laughter. Until next time.